Hi students, good morning everyone. Now we are going to talk about Unit 16 Applied Chemistry. Subtitles Pharmaceutical Chemistry. What is this? Pharmaceutical chemistry is the chemistry of drugs. Listen, is the chemistry of drugs which utilize the general law of chemistry to study drugs. Very important point, to study drugs. The pharmaceutical chemistry deals with preparation of drugs and the study of chemical composition, nature, behavior, structure, and influence of the drug in an organism, condition of the storage, and the therapeutic uses of the drugs. Drug discovery is the core of pharmaceutical chemistry. Next one, drug. What is the drug? What are drugs and why do we need new ones? First, what is the drugs? The, even though we use so many chemicals in our daily life, the chemical used for treating diseases are termed as drug. The word drug is derived from the French word "drug." The French word "drug." Listen, the French word. Wait. The French word "drug." D R O Q E E. This is French word of drug. Okay, the word drug is derived from the French word of drug, which means a dry herb. Which means a dry herb. Which means dry herb. Which means dry herb. Okay, according to World Health Organization means WHO. A drug is defined as follows: It is substance. It is a substance or product that is used or intended to be used to modify or explore psychological systems or pathological state for the benefit of the recipient. So, and the other definition of drug: chemical substance that are used to prevent or cure disease in humans, animals, and plants. Activity: pharmacological effect on the subject. Example: analgesic or beta blocker. Potency: the quantitative nature of the effect. Next one, characteristics of drugs. A drug must possess the following characteristics. First one, it should not be toxic. It should not be toxic. It should not be cause any side effect. It should not be It should not cause any side effects. Third point, it should not affect the receptor tissues. Fourth point, it should not affect the normal psychological activities. Last point, it should not be effective. It should not be effective in its action. And source of drugs: plants, morbin, quinoin. And chemical synthesis: aspirin, pharmaceutical. Animal: insulin, heparin. And minerals: liquid paraffin. And microorganism: penicillin. And genetic engineering: human growth hormone. This is source of process and this is drug. And types of drugs. Drugs fall into two general categories. Two general categories: the drugs that are used in the treatment and cure of any specific disease. The drug that used in the treatment and cure of any specific disease. Second point, the drugs that have some characteristic effect on the animal organism but do not have any remedial effect for a particular disease. This class includes morphine, cocaine, and etc. What are general anesthetics? What are general anesthetics? What is the anesthetics? Yeah, drugs which cause loss of sensation are called anesthetics. The drugs the drugs which produce reversible loss of all sensation and consciousness. So yeah, other definition, the drugs which cause loss of sensation are called anesthetics. What is the definition? Anesthesia, another name anesthesia, and without anesthesis sensation. The drugs which produce reversible loss of all sensation and consciousness, and generally administered by an anesthesiologist in order to induce or maintain general anesthesia to facilitate surgery. What is anesthesia? Anesthesia or anesthetic is a reversible condition of comfort and cushions, cushions for a patient within the psychological limit before, during, and after performance of a procedure. Listen, is a reversible condition of comfort and cushions for a patient within the psychological limit before, during, and after performance of a procedure. General anesthesia for surgical procedure to render the patient unaware or unresponsive to the painful stimuli. Drugs producing general anesthesia are called general anesthetics. And local anesthesia, reversible inhibition of impulse generation and propagation in nerves. In sensory nerves, such an effect is reserved when painful procedures must be performed, example surgical or dental operations. Drug producing local anesthesia are called local anesthetics, example Procline, Locline, and etc. Chemicals and anesthetics. Chemicals as anesthetics. There are three major chemicals. There are three major chemicals which are used anesthetics. First one, nitrous oxide. N2O. It is a colorless, non-irritating. It is colorless. It is non-irritating. It is inorganic gas. It is the safest of the anesthetic agents. That is used after mixing general anesthetics like ether. Next one, chloroform. Next one, chloroform. CHCl3. It is a volatile liquid. It has pleasant smell and sweet taste. With oxygen, it forms a toxic carbonyl chloride. Hence, it is not used now. Next one, ether. Ether is a diethyl ether or simple ether. It's a volatile liquid. This is mixed with stabilizer 0.002% propyl halide. After absorption by tissues, it attacks the central nervous system and makes the patient unconscious. Next one, analgesics. Definition: analgesics are drugs that sensitively relieve pain by acting the CNS or on the peripheral pain mechanisms without altering consciousness. Anti-malarials. Anti-malarial drugs are used for the treatment and prevention of malaria infection. Anti-malarial drugs are used for the treatment and prevention of malaria infections. Malaria is caused by four specifics of the Plasmodium genus on Falciparum, vivax, ovales, and malaria. And definition of antibiotic: a drug that produces fever by lowering the body temperature. And antiseptics: there are chemical substances which inhibit the growth or kill microorganisms on living surfaces such as skin and mucous membrane. And definition of antibiotics. Chemical substance produced by various microorganisms. Listen, chemical substance produced by various microorganisms that have, listen, sorry. Listen, chemical substance produced by various microorganisms that have the capacity to inhibit or destroy other microorganisms. Chemical substance produced by various microorganisms that have the capacity to inhibit or destroy other microorganisms. Nowadays, there are chemical synthesis drugs. Antibiotics will not cure infection caused by virus. And antacid, and another one, antacid, the substance which neutralizes excess amount of acid in gastrointestinal tract is called as antacid. For example, sodium bicarbonate and etc. Dear students, watch this video 2 or 3 times so that you can understand the concept well. Today's homework in science, 3 questions. First one, what are called anesthetics? How are they classified? First one, what are called anesthetics? How are they classified? And second question, Sudha met with a fire accident. What kind of drug she must use it? Sudha met with a fire accident. What kind of drug she must use? Third one, right source of drugs. Right source of drugs. Here I give 3 questions for you. So you have think and answers these questions and write and test your slip test note and send it my personal WhatsApp number. Thank you students. God bless you.